please. Okay.
Recording.
All right. Thank you. So welcome everyone. We are thrilled to have you guys join us. And I'm going to start doing these videos. This is new. We haven't historically done these, but I'm going to start doing them at the beginning. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a bunch of tips. And I have quite a few tips. So if you do have a pen and paper handy, you might want to jot them down, or at least the ones that will be applicable to you. Because I think that, you know, the more info that I can give you and get you set up right, the more likely you are to have success, of course. And that's what we're here to do. So whether I'm your coach or another coach on the team, your coach, we're here to support you, and we're here to combine our own journeys with the program, combine with the trainings we've done, all of that, to get you the absolute best you can. And we are here to support. So if something comes up at any point, of course, you either make a comment in our group, and sometimes that can be really helpful if you have a question, because in all, but you're not the only one who might be wondering. Can I actually get everyone to mute? Because it is a little bit loud.
Sorry guys, I think that was me.
That's okay. That's okay.
My sneaky little 6-year-old decided to get a second kiss goodnight.
Oh, the nerve.
I know. Can you believe him?
I know. Okay. So yeah, so absolutely, if you have a question, go ahead and do a post in the group about it, because like I say, then that way we can answer it once, and it might either be something that someone else is already wondering, or that might come up for them down the road. And more knowledge is more power, of course, right? On the other hand, if you have a question that you want to keep private, or that you want to message one of us with individually, you can absolutely do that. You can honestly message any coach on our team. So the coach that you're signed up with, you can always message me, you can message whomever, and that's totally a good thing to do. So please don't hold back or ever worry that you're bothering us or anything like that. We are definitely here for you guys. Okay, so as we're going into this, you'll notice this group is quite a large group, which is really exciting. But I know that what can come with that is that, you know, we do like it when everyone gets engaged in the group, and when everyone kind of supports each other and likes each other's stuff and comments on each other's stuff. And I do always ask people to do that and encourage that. But at the same time, I am going to acknowledge that this group is really large. And so I don't want people to go into the app and go to the feed and be scrolling and feel overwhelmed. So as you probably noticed, when you log into the app, you will see the coach posts first, and then you can click to go into the group feed. And so if you're the type of person and you think to yourself, oh my goodness, this group feed is miles and miles long and I'm feeling overwhelmed, then don't go in. You know, then if you need to, just look at the coach post, because it will contain some valuable information. So read that, and then at least log your own items, right? Log your workout, log your shake. And if you can, and if you're able to, then definitely go in and look at what other people are up to. That is the goal of this group, is for you to feel supported. And, you know, when you're maybe lacking motivation, you go in there and you say, oh, look, all these people have done their workout. This person is saying that they did it even though they're not, you know, feeling motivated to do it. And the idea is that it would encourage you to do it as well. And so that's how we kind of keep each other accountable. And of course, we all love it when we get likes and comments on our stuff. So if you're able to, then great. If it's overwhelming, then don't. At the end of the day, this is your journey, and it needs to be the right fit for you. So do what you can with it, for sure. Since we're on the topic of logging your items, and I will do question and answer at the end. So I'm just going to go through my stuff first, and then I'll answer everyone's questions that come up. But there is a health bet happening. And so what Beachbody is doing is they've got this big pot of money. I think it's up to $2 million now. And what they'll do is everyone who successfully completes the Health Bet Challenge from January the 9th, starting tomorrow until February the 5th, will get a portion of that pot. How much will it be? I don't know. It might be $1. It might be $20. I have no idea. The last time we did it, we all got $20, but the amount of money is different and the amount of participants might be very different this time. But it is kind of fun. And hey, at the end of the day, if you get a little bit of money, that's just a bonus, right? So what you need to do to qualify to get a piece of that pot of money is you need to log 5 Shakeology logs in a week, including a picture. So there has to be a picture in that Shakeology log. And you also have to log at least 3 workouts in a week. So if you do those requirements for the full January 9th to the 5th, then you qualify to get a piece of that prize. So I definitely encourage you to go for that. Okay, so we did kind of talk about, and so some of you might have signed up for this and are expecting to do that, where we're going to start with one program, go to another, go to another, go to another. It's a set of 4. And some of you might not be. You might not be doing the same program, and that is okay. So if you're in here and they're talking all about this 21-day fix, and I'm not doing that. Am I supposed to be doing that? I'm doing this other program. That's totally fine. You do whatever you're in here to do. But you might notice that the majority of us are doing a progression. And so we're starting with 21-day fix, then we're doing chisel, then we're doing 21-day fix extreme, and then we are doing country heat. So you will see probably the majority of us go through that. But you do what you're going to do. Along those lines, though, I'm going to give you a tip. Something that I have learned in the 2 years, both from myself and my own journey and coaching other people and doing trainings, is that if you want to get maximum results, it is absolutely true that you get them from doing a set program start to finish. So day 1 to day 21, day 1 to day 60, whatever program it is that you've chosen, you will get maximum results if you follow the program as it's laid out. So it's day 1 and they say to do this workout, that's what you're doing. What I see happen sometimes is that people kind of say, okay, I'm going to do 21-day fix, but today I'm going to go for a run, and okay, the next day, yeah, I'll do the set workout, but then the next 2 days I'm going to go cross-country skiing. I mean, absolutely, it's your choice. But as a coach, I will tell you with all honesty that people get the best results when they follow the program as it's laid out. Not only as it's laid out, but not doubling up on workouts. They're designed by experts, right? These programs are designed by experts. They figure out which workout and which part of the body and when to put in the cardio and when to put in the yoga. It's all kind of laid out perfectly. And so if you can, and if you're looking for maximum results, I recommend you follow the program as it is. If you are going to do extra workouts, so say you're thinking, oh, okay, well, sure, I'll follow the program, but I play soccer, right? Like my husband, he plays soccer as well. So if you're going to do a day where you're going to do both, you need to eat more. And so we often know with the workouts about how much calories on average people burn. I won't know how much you're burning with what it is that you're doing. So maybe it'll be somewhere around 400 or 500 calories. So when you're following the container system, which hopefully all of you are, no matter which program you're doing, at least bump up to the next bracket. And along that line also, I think that people often think, okay, well, I'm just not going to eat the carbs and I'll get even better results. Or I'm going to,
Not eat.
I'm going to go down a bracket. I'm going to go down a calorie bracket because I want to lose weight faster. Or, all those different things. Or I'm going to do that second workout, but I'm not going to add those extra calories because I really want to lose weight. Please don't do that. What will happen is if you did it for one day, you miss some food, okay, you'll be okay. Your body will kind of go, whoa. And it will be a bit of a calorie deficit. But if you do that ongoing, if you go down a couple calorie brackets because you think that's going to get you to your goal faster, it won't, because your body will be in too much of a calorie deficit and it will start to go into starvation mode and it will hang on to all of those extra body fat that it can. And it will do the opposite. It will slow your metabolism and you'll get really frustrated because you aren't losing weight. And I often, when that starts to happen to people, even if they're following their calorie bracket, I'll say bump up a bracket for a week because that gets your metabolism going again. And if you're eating healthy and clean, you should be fine. So if you ever feel like you're hitting a plateau, in a couple months from now or something, let me know. And we'll strategize around that. But please don't cut your calories that much. This isn't about a quick fix. And I think that sometimes people get misled by the name of the program, especially if you're doing 21-day fix. People think, oh, well, it's a 21-day quick fix. The idea of that title of the program is actually to mean that they say it takes 21 days to break a bad habit and to create a new one. So that's actually what the meaning of it is that we get this first 21 days to kind of get us into this new lifestyle. And yes, some people have absolutely fantastic results in their first round, whether it's that they've lost a bunch of weight. We don't focus on the scale though, but sometimes they will. They'll see really significant transformation. And for other people, it will be a slower process, but a steady one. And so everyone's body is different. But this is intended to be a healthy lifestyle change and not a quick fix. So please keep that in mind. Okay. I also did a post, and hopefully you saw it, about breastfeeding. If any of you are breastfeeding, you absolutely need to add in the extra 500 calories. One, for the same idea of the calorie deficit, too much and you won't see results. And also because your milk supply will start to go low, which is not good. If any of you are pregnant or become pregnant doing any of the programs, please contact me or your coach so that we can talk about that. Another thing too, that, sometimes of course it's going to happen that for whatever reason your workout doesn't happen in a day. And so sometimes I'll say to people, well, at least to kind of finish off the day, at the end of the night, do like a plank challenge with yourself. Get into a plank, hold it for as absolutely long as you can. And the great thing about a plank is that it's a full body workout. It stimulates your whole body. And so at least that way you'll have, done some physical exercise in a day if you absolutely cannot have done your workout. And the other thing I find about that too is that so much of this is mindset. And I'm going to get into mindset as we go along. I like to start with people kind of understanding the program and getting used to the containers and the workouts before I start in with the personal development and personal growth end of things. But what I find, like with doing that plank at the end of the day, is that at least you kind of go to bed thinking to yourself, well, I didn't totally miss out on the whole day, right? And that sets you up to be more likely to jump back in the next day. So do whatever you need to do to go to bed feeling like, all right, today was okay, and tomorrow I'm going to jump right back in. I think that what can happen for people often is that they get off for a day, and then they get off for another day, and another day, and then by then it's really a lot harder to get back in. So if you didn't have a great day one day, say to yourself, that's all right. You know, tomorrow I'm going to jump right back in and just keep moving forward. There will likely be failures along the way, and we talk about failing forward. So it's not even really so much viewing it as a failure, although we kind of use that word, but it's just kind of having that insight of understanding that life will happen, and that's okay, because as I say again, this is about a journey and about a permanent lifestyle change. This isn't about just doing one round or just even doing 4 rounds. This is about finding a way for you to start to live a healthy and fulfilling life that brings you vitality and wellness. You do want to aim to eat 5 to 6 meals per day. And so hopefully when you've been doing your meal plan, you have it spaced out that way. That way it keeps your blood sugar stable, it keeps your energy stable, which keeps your mood stable, which keeps your metabolism going. There's a lot of reasons why we encourage eating in that kind of a pattern. I also find that if you're a snacker, and you still have, you know, junk food cravings, I find that when people have left their meal in between meals too long, that's when you're grabbing for the stuff that you know you don't want to be grabbing for, right? Number one, because you end up being starving and it's right there in that nice little bag, and you open it up and it's easy to really, you know, quench that hunger really quickly. And two, it's just that your mindset now is kind of shifting to, oh, well, it doesn't matter and I'm frustrated, so I'm going to eat whatever's in sight. So definitely try to have your meals spaced appropriately, and to also have some healthy snacks prepared. I think that sometimes we get a little bit more focused on the main meals, and the snacks are really just as critical. And so definitely try to plan those into your day. You're going to love me for this one. Really focus on the sugar. And I know it's hard. I know that the sugar is just such a challenge for most of us. But if you can even really eliminate processed sugars in your diet, you will start to see some great results right away. Sugar is really difficult when it comes to weight loss and things like that. So what I recommend is that you start transitioning to natural sweeteners, and even, you know, being mindful of how much of them you're using. But if you can eliminate sugar from your diet, you will see amazing things happen with your body, and energy and mood and motivation and a lot of different things. Hopefully you've gone through your pantry and your fridge and gotten rid of the things that are not going to help you achieve the goals that you want to. What I find is that even for myself still, if that item that I love is in the house, it's a lot more likely that I'm going to grab it and eat it. Okay, so the other thing too, and I mean, I know this is all kind of idealistic, but of course I'm going to give the best tips that I can, is to drink lots of water. I think that sometimes we underestimate the importance of water. And okay, sorry, I was just reading someone's comment there. And it will flush things out. And like when I get up in the morning, I drink water, a big tall glass of water every single day without fail. That's one thing that I have been very good with. Lemon, if I have it in the house too. And it's great for digestion. It's great for hydrating yourself in the morning, getting your metabolism going. Try to drink a lot of water. It will help you flush things out, and just always something that we want to be mindful of. Okay, when it comes to your Shakeology, there are a couple of tips that I have. So if you bought a bag and it has a scoop, when you're doing a scoop, make sure that you are adding at least 2 cups of water. And if you can, if it's available, blend it in a blender and blend it really well. The more that it's blended, the less gritty and the creamier and smoother it will be. The more ice that you add, the more volume it kind of has. And sometimes people feel like if they've added a ton of ice, it's super filling and hard to get through. If you got packets, if you got individual packets, you'll notice that there's 24 packets per box as opposed to 30 scoops of shake in a bag. So those packets are equivalent to 1.25 of a scoop. So some people like the packets because they're easier, and so they just have basically 1.25 shakes a day, which is fine. But then they run short in a month. I think the reason why they created them that way is because they needed to be that size for a different thing that's called a 3-day refresh. So they probably didn't want to make 2 sizes of packets. That's my guess. But just know that if you want to extend that supply out for the full 30 days, you need to hang on to a quarter of each packet so that those last 6 days in the month, you have enough to get you through. Oh, and if you are using the packets and making one shake with it, you need to add even more water. You need to add it like at least another half a cup, so at least 2.5 cups of water. Otherwise, the shake won't taste as good. And of course, you can plan into your meal plan to add into your shake whatever you want. A lot of us like it with water. Some people really like it with almond milk. Some people add their spinach to get their greens in, half a banana, peanut butter, fruit, whatever it is that you like. That's totally fine. Okay. We are also going to do a weekly leaderboard for engagement. So not only will you be logging your posts and participating in that way, of course, to try to get in and get some of that money for the health bet, but we are also going to do weekly leaderboards. We will be tracking people's engagement, how many posts they're making of their workouts in Shakeology, and we will give shout outs at the end of the week on Facebook for who's just doing really well, just acknowledging all of your efforts. Recognition is a big part of what we do. It's a big part of just that team spirit. And we'll do prizes as well. So if you're interested in winning prizes, just to keep that in mind. There's another thing that Beachbody does, and it's called the Beachbody Challenge. And so if you are wanting and willing to submit your before, middle, transition, and after photos as you go along, you do have an opportunity to win money from the company. They do like $500 a week. They do like $1,000 prizes at the end of the year. Once a year, they do, like people vote and all these kinds of things for like $100,000, $20,000. There's a lot of different prizes that can be won. So if you are interested in that, you would document your journey on the Beachbody website in your account. You would post your transformation pictures as you go along. And hopefully you have all taken a before picture right now. And the reason why we encourage that so much is that people tend to take their starting weight, and we don't like to focus on the scale, because what you're probably going to see happen is people will say to me, "Oh, Crystal, I only lost 2 pounds this month and I can't believe it. Even though my clothes are feeling better and I'm feeling good, I'm not seeing no weight loss." And the reason why that happens is because you're starting to do a program that helps you to build muscle and tone your body and give your body strength. And so that is going to make your weight on the scale go up. And so you're not going to see a lot of the time as much weight loss. And so people find that, and then they get really discouraged and they think that they aren't making progress because their mind gets focused on that instead of focusing on the fact that even though their clothes fit better and they feel better, that number on the scale can be overpowering. So I don't like really people to take their weight. I know that a lot of people will, and it is your choice, but especially if you are an obsessive type of person, I wouldn't focus on that. And even the measurements, I know for myself, my measurements never really change much. even from the beginning, losing those 55 pounds, I lost those 55 pounds, but I gained a lot of muscle. So when I would take my measurements, there wasn't a huge difference. Now, for some people, there will be, for sure. But I don't focus on measurements much, so you're not really going to hear me talk about them much. But I do focus on pictures. Pictures will show you everything. Pictures, how you feel, how your clothes fit. Those are the things that I really want you guys to focus on. And so I hope that you've all done your first picture. Okay, what else do I got here? I'm almost at the Q&A, I promise. Okay, when it comes to Shakeology, I will tell you with 100% honesty, it has been a huge part of my journey. It has helped me with weight loss and metabolism. Energy is a huge, huge part of it for me. I started this program when the twins were like 4 months old, and it was just vital to my process. It has helped me a lot with digestion. It has helped people with blood pressure, cholesterol, migraines. There's just a whole lot of different things, and of course it's unique to each individual. But when people say to me, Crystal, how have you been able to lose that weight or build that muscle and continue to have so much success each day? Absolutely part of my story and my success is Shakeology. And so if you have questions about it, if you need more recipes, some people do end up having a little bit of trouble with the regular flavors. If you kind of start to figure out in your diet that maybe the dairy is too much for you, then talk to us about that. Talk to your coach about that, and we can help you figure it out. There are vegan flavors, so stuff like that comes up, let us know. You also, when you signed up with a challenge pack, hopefully you noticed when you were checking out that to get everyone set up for success, what they found over time and talking to people and research, that people would order, and then before, when it wasn't on auto ship, they would forget to order, and then they wouldn't get their next shipment, and then they would kind of get behind, and they would see all this great progress in the beginning, and then they wouldn't have their shakes, and then they wouldn't see as much progress. And so they have changed it now that when you order your challenge pack, you're on an auto shipment. So be aware of that. If at any point you need to change that, it's really quite easy. It's just a quick, you can do even a live call or a live chat with them. But again, let us know and we can help you figure that out. Okay. So at the end of the day, and like I say, I will get into this more as we go along, this journey is very much about mindset. My background is working in mental health, and so it is part of the passion of mine that I bring to you all as a coach. You know, we're here to support you and encourage you, and we share our stories. And we're so passionate about being coaches because not only have we seen just huge transformation in our own lives in each aspect, not just the physical, but the mental wellness that this whole thing brings you, because of the interconnectedness that health and nutrition, exercise and it's nutrition, and it's, you know, drinking water, and it's getting enough sleep at night. That's a tough one for all the parents, for sure, I know. But how they all contribute to your mood and your mental wellness and just the quality of your life. And so not only have we had these huge gains ourselves, but we have been able to help people just get phenomenal success. And so we will try to share some of the transformation stories as we go along, because I think that a big part of this is believing that you can do it and believing that you can achieve these goals that you want to achieve, and having a vision of what that's going to look like for you in your life. So not just looking at it physically, but thinking about to yourself, you know, is that feeling a fit, but how am I going to feel when I put it on? Because I know that I am going to feel fit. My heart is going to be healthier. I'm going to have more endurance and more energy. I'm going to be able to play more with my kids. I'm going to be able to go skiing, which I haven't done in, X amount of years. And my self-confidence is going to grow. And so I think that when we're able to keep our visualization focused on achieving those goals and how it will feel to achieve them, it's the connectedness to that emotional feeling that keeps us motivated. Because when you start off with the program and it's new and it's novel, you're motivated, right? It's exciting. But as we go along, it just gets more and more real that, okay, maybe that initial novelty is gone, so I need to really dig into why I want this. I need to dig into that emotional connection to achieving those goals that's going to make me get back up again tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. because that's my time slot, so that you actually get up and get it done. I want to encourage you and tell you that each and every one of you 100% has the possibility and the potential to achieve that goal that you're after. I have seen so many huge transformations in the last couple of years. It's really been kind of mind-blowing. And if you've been following me or one of the other coaches for a while, you've probably seen a lot of them. And what I'd like you to really focus on when you see those posts is reading about how they feel. So not just how they look, the pictures catch your attention, but how they feel and how this has changed their lives. And that's what I'm hoping for all of you. And I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you and spending this time together. And it's going to be fabulous, and it is going to be fun, and it is going to be hard work. And I can't do the work for you. I'm here to support you. At the end of the day, it's your choice and it's up to you. And so if you're struggling at any point, please reach out. I am going to be reaching out to you as well. And I hope that you, in turn, will also reach out to me, and that we will support each other and we will make this great. So that's it from me. Those are kind of my top tips, and I hope that I've included everything that I really wanted you all to know. And now I'm going to turn it over to you guys. So if you have a question, please unmute yourself. And there was someone who typed a question.
No, I just.
Let's see here. Worried about getting too sore. Oh, that's a good point. Okay, so I know some of you have already started, which is amazing, and you're already posting and you're already logging. For those of you who have not started, tomorrow, take it slow. There is a modifier in each program, and even if you're fit, this is going to work new muscles for you. I highly, highly encourage you to follow the modifier and take it slow, because what I find happens sometimes is that people are excited and they go for it and they're so sore they can't sit on the toilet for like 3 days. And if you've already done that, you're laughing because you know exactly what I'm talking about. So follow that modifier and take it slow. If you're doing 21-day fix, for example, tomorrow's workout, Monday's workout, is probably one of the hardest workouts in the whole program. I don't know why she starts with it, but she does, and it's a tough one. So just be mindful of that. Lots of stretching, lots of water. What about other questions?
Are there rest days, Crystal?
There are if you're doing 21-day fix, for example, there are more active rest days. So okay. Pilates, I mean, it's still a little challenging. Yeah, but it's, a little bit more restful in that you're not jumping around. But the yoga on Sunday is definitely, there is, there's some planking and what have you in it, but it is more of a stretching, active recovery type of day.
Okay.
If you're doing, like I know some of you in here are doing hammer and chisel, for example, which is definitely more of a weightlifting program. In the weightlifting program, there are days off. Other questions? No more? Somebody's got to have something. Come
I
on.
do. I have one more. So
Yes.
does Shakeology
Yes.
count as a meal? No. So it's just water and superfoods, basically, right?
It is full of superfoods. There's over 70 of them in there. And it really depends on how you're doing your meal planning and what you decide to add to it. So
Right.
everyone is different. Like I say, for myself, for example, I really like carbs in the morning. So I
Me
will
too.
have yellows. I will have my carbs for breakfast. That just works the best for me. And I like to carb load in the mornings and then eat more veggies and protein later in the day. I have had success with that. So I will have my shake. I usually have it plain with water, or I might throw a little bit of fruit in it, some spinach if I'm feeling crazy. And I will have it for, because I do the 5 meals a day. So I'll have it for, a snack. Technically, I'll have it for like meal 2. That's what I like. But for the people who like to add almond milk and half a banana and some peanut butter and some spinach, that's much more of a meal. So they might have that as their breakfast.
Right.
Yeah. When you
I
start,
guess it depends how you want to take it, basically.
it depends. Like I like mine with water. And so, yeah, it keeps the calorie count down. It doesn't keep me full as long. But a lot of people like it with almond milk. And like I said, banana and whatever, and that's going to be more like a meal. So it is a meal replacement in the sense that it's not just protein. It's not like just these protein powders that you can go out and buy at Costco. It's very different from that. But it's low calories. And the reason why they decided to keep it low calorie is because they wanted to give people all of this fuel that would optimize their results and help them build lean muscle and, bump up their metabolism and energy, but also let people eat. Because what they did was they did research and studies and talked to people, and people would say, well, I still want to eat food, right? I still want to chew on food. I don't want to drink all of my food. And they don't want to promote, just drinking all of your food. And so that's why they decided to keep it low calorie. I mean, they could have filled it full of calories, right? But
Actually kind of makes sense, because one of my girlfriends, I asked her if she wanted to do the program, and she told me, I don't do shakes.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
Yeah, and I know a lot of people
Right.
say that, but the reason why there is a shake component in it is because it does help us get better results. And what has happened this is a whole other conversation, but what has happened to our food chain and our soils and all this is that it's not what it used to be. And so we have to supplement some of the nutrition if we premium fuel. So it really is a premium fuel kind of a product that helps you get great results.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't do shakes either when I started.
And what about now?
Now I after about a month, I couldn't believe my sugar cravings in the afternoon, how they helped to curb them, and nothing had ever done that for me. And now I've been doing Shakeology for, I don't know, a year and a half.
Yeah.
And yeah, don't go a day without it.
It's really common for people to not want to do them in the beginning and then to do them and never turn back. I mean, it's kind of one of those things I can kind of go on and on and on about it, but you're not going to really believe it until you experience it yourself, right?
Crystal?
Yeah.
Do you do a shake every day?
Me? I do. Sorry, I can't see who I'm talking to. On my phone, it doesn't show me everything.
It's
I do
Marsha.
one a day. Sometimes I do 2. And you don't need to do 2. Don't get me wrong, but because there is so much premium fuel in it and things that help with metabolism and cravings. And for me, hormonal balancing is a big one because I have a hormonal problem. When I'm really pushing for results, or when I did hammer and chisel, I had 2 a day because I wanted to build more muscle, right? I mean, it doesn't just help with muscle, but I do feel like it gave me the results I wanted. Mm-hmm. And sometimes the other thing too, let's say I have it for meal number 2, because that's just really typical for me. I would also, and this isn't a top tip, because it's best if you don't eat after 6 p.m. at night, but if I was still kind of hungry at night, right? Because when you do a lot of weights, you're hungry, right? Because your muscles are growing and your muscles need a lot of fuel. I would have a second one at night. So it would, if I was, for whatever reason, wanting something sweet, it would curb that for me. Or if I was still kind of hungry, I'm not, it's not uncommon for me to have a dessert shake, to be honest. But I almost don't want to tell you that, because it is best if you don't eat after 6 p.m. But at the same time, if you're starving at 8 o'clock at night, have a shake. Like, you just couldn't put anything better in your body, for sure. And okay, along those lines, I thought I had all my tips out, but I don't. Along those lines, so you have your calorie counts in a day, right? If, again, it's 7 o'clock at night and you are starving, then yes, have another blue from the list. Have another, I mean, blue's not the best choice, but have another purple, have another green. Green would be the best choice, of course. But definitely have an extra container or two from the program as opposed to a bag of chips, right? So if you're ever like, no, I can't go over the containers. Well, if I'm going to have something, I'll just have whatever, right? No, I mean, just have some extra containers within the guide from your food list, and you're still going to get great results. Like, maybe you were extra active that day, or maybe you got something hormonal going on that day. Then have your extra containers. You know, don't freak out about that, for sure. And obviously green is the ideal choice. And sometimes we say, if you're hungry and you're not willing to have something from a green container, you're probably not that hungry. So yeah, keep that in mind. And the one other thing too, I don't know if I posted this yet or not, but if there is a day where you just know, like maybe you're flying 14 hours, I don't know, something, you have a crazy day and you can't work out, you should bump down a bracket. But, because you don't need that extra food, right? Because you're not doing that workout, so you're not compensating for the workout with extra food. You should bump down a bracket unless you're in the lowest bracket. If you're in the lowest bracket, don't ever have less food than the lowest bracket. All right. Marcia, did you have a question? I know you're problems.
My questions are going to be a bit unfair for everybody because I don't have anything yet. I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
I mean, I have an idea, but I'm behind, and for whatever reason, so.
I know we're having some technological difficulties with you, and
yeah.
I will look at that again. I will try and log into yours again as soon as we get off here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll just connect after then.
Yeah. Sorry about that. It's
okay.
so odd.
Never now that I'm on this group here, now I'm like, okay, I really, really, really want to start tomorrow, but
I know.
Yeah.
I had the same issue logging in with mine. I actually had to call in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they actually had a issue on their end, and they had to reset everything in order. Me and Dion tried for 2 days to try and get me logged in, and never could until I called them.
Okay.
I'm going to do that because I was ready to throw things across the room. Like, I'd password. Okay.
You know, it could be, so a couple of things have happened. Number one, it's January and, you know, it's been crazy, which is great. Number two is that this all access thing that some of you got, some of you haven't, and if you want it in a month from now when your free trial's over, that's fine. We can talk about that. But they did, for the first time ever, offer this all access. So everyone's getting flipped over to the all access right now, and it has caused the system some serious overload. So yeah, maybe that's why, because I honestly have never, now that's 2 of you, and I've never had this problem before in the 2 years. So
I had to call too.
Did you?
Yeah, but it doesn't take long to get you back going.
Okay.
They can do it right there, and it's like within minutes. It's good.
I'll call first thing tomorrow, because it's just the food. I mean, and of course I understand it's great to start everything at once, but I think I can. I mean, I've seen pictures and, you know, I'm pretty good with my diet. I think I can get the diet going. It's just, I need the videos.
Yeah. But even if you call in tonight and they get it reloaded, you could start tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'll post the phone number, or if you have paper, I can give it to you right now.
Yeah. I could.
Okay. So for everyone who's having problems and then going to call in, it's 800-470-7870.
Okay, thanks. That's perfect. And get going.
And yeah, keep me posted, please.
And can I get the meal? Like, I don't know. Like, can I get the meal plan stuff? Is there stuff on there about the meals?
Yeah, it's all in there. Yeah,
okay.
All in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It won't take her long to get on. When she
their customer service in the last year, they have improved it so much. It's excellent.
Okay.
I think it's important to. Sorry. I think it's important to note, though, that I'm not sure if she's on the Beachbody Demand or not, but there's two separate places. So it's actually Team Beachbody that I think she would need to log on to in order to get the food information.
Yes, I saw that there, and all I could do was see really general, like very. It wasn't enough.
It's not actually. It's in Beachbody On Demand. So when you go in Beachbody On Demand, it will say program guide.
Okay, that's what I wanted.
All of the meal planning, container amounts, figuring out your amount, all of that is all in the program guide. And so, you know, if you're logging into Beachbody On Demand and it will say your purchase program is 21 Day Fix, you click it. Once you're in it, on the side it'll say program guide, you know, all the workouts will be listed there. It's in the program guide. Yeah.
Good. I was thinking I must be like the dumbest. Like, what is going on? But yeah, okay. All right. Got it.
No. Team Beachbody, though, the blog is excellent for recipes and all of those kinds of things. So it's a great resource for that. But what you're looking for is in On Demand.
Great. And then I'm obviously in the wrong place. I'll have to.
Go look for the program guide and it will give you everything.
I missed that totally.
Yeah, well, that's why we're here, right? I'm here to answer your questions. And like I say, when one person brings something up, it's something that's happening for a bunch of people, right? So it's great that we're able to kind of get on here and do this. And, you know, I really want to get everyone off to a great start and keep you going on the right path. So it's perfect. Anything else? Oh, sorry, notification. My phone's buzzing. All right. Well, if that's it, then I'll end the call. I am going to do another one in 2 weeks because that 2-week point can be a little bit tricky for the mind. So I'm going to be very proactive and on top of it, and I hope to see all of you and plus everyone else here in 2 weeks so that we'll have a check-in point and another get you pumped up and excited point, because I think that will be helpful for people when reality sets in that this is a lifestyle journey. And so I'll post about it again later, but just a heads up that we will do that. And we'll go on from there. Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that. Thank you all so much for jumping on the call, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the group.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Krista.
Bye. Good night, everybody.
Bye. Night.
Night.
So, April, can you stop the recording?